Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Here we are again. Well, it's sunny and some sun is hitting me right here. I can feel it in this eye, but it's not unbearable. I really don't like to wear sunglasses, but I'm actually parked in the shade and it's still very sunny, but it's nice. So yesterday I was doing the dollar shopping and that was very successful. And I bought a lot of stuff for very little money. And today I'm doing the same, but I'm also going to be looking for drastically reduced food, dented cans, that sort of thing. And if I find anything, I will show you. At night, I work in the house. I work around, I do eBay. I'm not selling too much right now. And mainly what I'm doing is I'm sequestering the eBay stuff and the swap meet stuff. I sell all the rejects at the swap meet, but I can't go to I can, but I don't want to go to the swap meet right now because of the COVID. So at night while I'm working, I watch videos, all kinds of videos. I watch stock market videos, I watch TV evangelists, I watch prophets, I watch preppers, I watch cooking, and you know, I have my favorite channels. Honestly, you guys, I think of all my channels, my favorite channels out there is Pink Fairy. I love that channel. They're like a little family, but they don't live in Southern California, and I like the dog. So if you guys, she does not need a shout out. She's got tons of subscribers. So I was watching prophecy videos. I watch TV evangelists that I am sure are bought out. So what does that mean? In the Bible, the devil tempts Jesus and he says, if you will fall down and worship me, I will give you the world. And I think that pretty much describes them. But they're looking good. And I listen to what they have to say. And honestly, they are as hard to listen to as the occultists. I was listening to the Secret Doctrine. That's how far off they are. But I learned when I went to the self-help group to take what I like and leave the rest. And it does broaden your perspective. I don't know if it's a good broadening, but it does broaden your perspective. One of the reasons that you know they're bought out is there's very little mention of Jesus. No mention of Mary either. Mary is key because right after, you know, in the Bible there's a key verse. With man things are impossible, but with God all things are possible. This is very key. This has to do with Mary because she conceived of the Spirit. That doesn't necessarily mean this had anything whatsoever to do with her. But nonetheless, that is never mentioned. Okay, so I watched some prophets, and it was interesting too. One, things are not going back to normal. Basically, things are not going back to the way they were before the pandemic. If we hit a depression or a severe recession, things will not go back for at least 10 years. One of the things I've been doing is going, depression? Have we ever seen a depression? Well, yeah, the Great Depression was 10 years. So basically, if this is a depression, which it does have every mark of a depression, except for the stock market and except for housing, but it is very difficult to buy a house right now. You have to have some significant money in California for sure. So they say things are not going back to normal. In fact, things are going to get worse. Well, if what we're really looking at with this weather is the grand solar minimum, or basically they say a mini ice age, but if you look up grand solar minimum, they say the grand solar minimum is not a mini ice age. Okay, tell that to the people in Texas. So if this is some kind of mini ice age, we would be lucky if it lasted 11 years. It could last 20. So we have to be prepared. I think of all the things I do, I thought food storage is way up there, and it is. But water is way, way up there. So I'm working on that. I was looking for a Sawyer Mini yesterday at Walmart, and I didn't find one yet. That's provided that the water runs out of your tap. Okay, if the water is breached, you're going to have to leave that area. You cannot live without water. Okay, so there was a prophecy that eventually some places will be permanently without power. By design or by nature, it doesn't matter. So what we want to do is we want to look to the past, like look to history. And so I live in California, so I can pretty much expect fires. And the fires are hellacious. We had some bad fires just this last year. In fact, so bad that the governor let some of the prisoners out to fight the fires, which I thought was extremely brave. You know, when I was in nursing school, we used to study fire safety. It's not good. So the solution to some of it is going to be evacuation and migration. So I put that way up there on the list too. So my son and I were discussing, you know, evacuation or migration. And I said, well, I think we should go to rural Nevada because, you know, I'm thinking it's cheap. I can live on my Social Security, you know, and, you know, I can survive. And my son goes, no, no, no. If we do have to if we do have to migrate, let's go to Florida. At least we can have a nice life some of the time, not living in rural Nevada. So I was thinking about it. I go, yeah, but what about the hurricanes? He goes, yeah, but the rest of the time it would be nice. And I thought to myself, well, I think what would happen is the East Coast people would migrate down towards Florida, and, you know, the West Coast, they might not want to come to San Diego. San Diego is very, very expensive. So those things are to be considered. Okay, I want to talk to you guys. Okay, so, you know, I watch these, what are these? Stock market people all night long. I mean, there's a lot of them. And I listen to everything they say, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I said, when the rich people don't like it, they're going to run down here to Coronado. They're going to sit around at the Keys, and they're going to drink some cold drinks and just relax if the rich people don't like the way things are going. But I did hear something, and it was the 5-year plan. Oh, yeah, I'm worried sick. I'm on the 5-year plan. Well, what's happening for the next 4 years? Which has happened for the next 4 years. So what they're going to do is they're going to hold their positions, which are key, and they're just going to wait it out. And that's what I thought they would do. And if they mess around and manipulate the markets, they're just going to come back and buy low. And I thought, okay, that is a good idea. I'm not a rich person, but I want to hold my position such that it is very tight and make sure that nothing happens to my car, God forbid, to my what money I do have, and to my dwelling. You know, I was talking to you about the parking lot issues. I think those people are dangerous. You want to hang on to your car. You do not want someone giving you a hard time over your own ability to park your car in your parking place safely. Okay, and then we want to look to the past. Okay, now we have Biden, and some of us have the 5-year plan, but What do we know about Biden? Well, we can just look back to the Obama years. You don't have to be a genius. They go, this stuff has never happened. There's like nothing has ever happened like this before. Well, let's just say Obama is back. Let's just say it that way. Okay, so, and you know, we can look back to the Depression. That was 10 years. We can look back to the year before, we had bad fires here. Or, oh no, we had rain, we had hail. One thing about hail here is I would try to cover the skylight where I live. I mean, yeah, that might be dangerous. We had some hail and I thought, oh, that needs to be considered. So fires, you know, snow, floods. Now, if I was living in no water, I'd be saying to myself, alarm, but not panicky, but alarm. Just like when I was living by the riots. First of all, I don't think riots are necessary myself. I heard something and I agree with this. You just don't do it. If they want you to do something and you don't want to do it, they can't control the whole country. I think they found that out at the Capitol. And, you know, there's some pretty nasty labels to the right, but there's no labels to the left. Go take a look at that video by where I lived. That's why I don't live there anymore. Okay, large numbers of tornadoes. I think it was last year. I mean, it was horrifying. It was just like 26 tornadoes. Okay, and then high cost of living. Okay, this was one thing I was talking to my son. Well, what if it just gets so incredibly, you know, expensive to live here? You know, in the past it was, well, you just work 2 or 3 jobs and, you know, you have to work all the time. Now it's not that easy to work. But what has to be done is self-employment. You have to find a way to create some kind of self-employment work. And it looks like what we have is a rising poverty rate. Okay, now I want to talk to you guys very quickly about the basic income. What is the basic income? The basic income is nothing new. It is really welfare. Okay, the basic income is so low that they want to raise, and they're kicking up a lot of dust over the minimum wage, and people are getting laid off, which puts them in a position to receive the basic income. So the basic income is the poverty level. So I don't think you can live on the basic income in San Diego. So we have this high rate of homelessness and a high rate of poverty. So what has to be done is, if you fall into that, you have to learn how to apply for the system. You have to apply for Section 8. It's hard to get Section 8 here in San Diego. I mean, there's like a 5-year waiting list, but other places in the country are not that bad, but it could get that bad. So apply for Section 8. You can apply if you're a man, and you can apply if you don't have a job. And my followers left a lot of good comments on that. You have to get welfare, food stamps, you have to find the pantries, and you have to find the banks. And then on the issue of living in your car, if you're homeless, you've got to get a vehicle. That's the next step up. And what's happening is the trucks and the cars, what they're doing is they're raising the cost of gas. And I heard that the gas, this is just the beginning on the gas. So I have something to say on the issue of the car living. Okay, here in this town we have parking structures. We have, you know, a parking structure at what is that? The courthouse, and we have a parking structure at Parkway Plaza. So in any kind of, like right now I'm parked in the shade, but in any kind of rain, snow, you have to locate parking structures or a shelter for your car, if you're in it especially. For one thing, so nothing bad happens. Also, you have to locate all the public restrooms you possibly can and park as close to them, especially at night. And there's, now here in town, everything is closed up early, except for down where I live. 7-Eleven is open 24 hours a day, which is awesome. And then the other thing, and the parks usually have public restrooms, which are probably the swap meet. You know, I don't know if I just have this like cheap mind or whatever, but we have the Spring Valley swap meet and the Santee swap meet. Okay, the swap meets have restrooms. In the Spring Valley swap meet, you have to park for it. You know, there's parking from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So 2 nights a week, the swap meet would constitute parking. I mean, you just get in line and sit there and sleep in your car. That's what everybody's doing anyway, waiting to get in the swap meet, and then you drive off, and then you know, the swap meet is there with the restrooms. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about the swap meet. And then there's apps on the phone for free camping and trucker apps. If you're traveling, follow the truckers if you possibly can. I used to speed them around them, and you know, we get into town exactly at the same time. I thought I was making haste. I couldn't wait to, I used to drive a lot from here to Las Vegas. Las Vegas was good when they had the safe casinos, because you know, there's a lot of free food. I think they're doing away with a lot of that stuff, even in the casinos, but it can be done. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.